Good morning, beloveds. I stayed up too late and got up too early. I stayed up too late because I was watching the Olympics, waiting for the skating gala, which I haven't been real happy with the coverage that they did with the skating. And I know it's partly the time difference, but I'm like, you have multiple channels in streaming and you can't figure this out. But I also don't have a paid Peacock account, so that's part of it. I have the free Peacock account. And so we thought from 7 to 10 they do prime time. So we recorded the skating gala during the day. They showed like 2 skaters, and that's it. And I was really unhappy about that. And then they show, because one of them where they said they were going to do the skating gala, they didn't even do any of the skating gala. And so finally, at 9:30 at night, they showed 4 skaters. That's it. 4 skaters. And I was really mad about that. Fortunately, my partner decided to scroll through the other channel that they've been using to broadcast and found at like 2 o'clock in the morning, they were supposed to do the 2.5 hour skating gala. So we're hoping, yeah. And I got up too early, well, not too early. I got up and went to the gym. So yeah, this is where I'm at this morning. All right, we are doing a new design for living. Let's do the housekeeping first. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website is creativelife.org. Constant contact email, info@creativelife.org. That will get you 1 email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and the month. The hot links are hot, meaning if it says click here now, it'll take you right to the information or the person that can help you get it. It is a blind CC, which means nobody will see your email. You won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. And when I said 1 email a week, I meant it. It's a real person doing it. He doesn't have time for more than that. And the only reason you would get more than one is if something unusual happens. At which point I will point out that we do live on the Gulf Coast in Texas. It's usually rather weather related. And our weather saw a state trooper yesterday because it went from 82 to 45. So, So the gym was nice and chilly this morning. But that's okay. That's all to the good. Okay, so that's that. And then I mentioned the social media mainly from the standpoint of we don't monetize it. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So what we ask you to do is engage with the pages by liking, subscribing, following based on which platform you're on. And then engage with the individual post by reacting to the post, commenting on the post, sharing the post. Again, it bumps us in the algorithms, more people say our stuff, which is the point of social media, right? So it's just a free and easy way that you can support the center. And we are either Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark, based on which platform you are on. And I am the running Rev Ryan on all of the platforms that I am on. So, okay, new design for living. What it is the process of science of mind. What Jesse has leaned into lately is talking about when we treat or when we pray, the universe doesn't hand us what we prayed for or treated for. What the universe does is hands us a process to get there. So that's what this is. Ernest sat down toward the end of his career and wrote it out. Although William Kinnear is listed as so he may be the one who actually pulled the material together out of Ernest Holmes' work. I'm not sure. It doesn't actually say in the book. So it is Ernest Holmes' work, and it was possibly organized by William Kinnear because he did a lot of that. And we are grateful to him for that. So I just lost my train of thought. I believe we're in chapter 10. And we are in a new outlook. And today, it's a little short one, but the next one is about the same length. So I'm just going to do them one at a time. The whole reason I picked this book is so that I would have, it would take less time in the morning. Especially since reading chapter 4 of the board book yesterday took almost 2 hours. Woof. Okay. So we are in chapter 10 of A New Design for Living. We are on a new outlook, and the title today is Your Only Battle. A person does not face an external struggle against some external force. Wait, hang on. A person does not face an internal struggle against some external force which desires the downfall. The only struggle, the only battle, the only thing that needs to be overcome is our own ignorance. Our own lack of awareness and recognition of the beneficent power and creativity that is the source of all things. And we should never doubt the validity of our own considered judgment in such matters. There are no prophets other than the wise. Amidst the din and uproar of our lives, the accumulated fear, doubt, and confusion of the ages, there has always been and always will be a still small voice within each, which evermore seeks to proclaim itself through us. Okay, that sentence, hang on. All right. Let's see. The only struggle, the only battle is, the only thing that needs to be overcome is our own ignorance, our own lack of awareness and recognition of the beneficent power and creativity that is the source of all things. And we should never doubt the validity of our own considered judgment in such matters. Okay, our own considered judgment in such matters. There are no prophets other than the wise. Amidst the din and uproar of our lives, the accumulated fear and doubt and confusion of the ages, there has always been and always will be a still small voice within each, which evermore seeks to proclaim itself through us. Okay, there's so many commas in this sentence that I'm just like, what? So, he is acknowledging that there's a lot of din and a lot of uproar in our lives. He is acknowledging that there is an accumulated fear, doubt, and confusion from the ages. Okay? Like, just, there's a lot of noise. And he's saying, yeah, there's a lot of noise. But in each one of us, there is a still small voice that calls us to who we are. Okay? That seeks to proclaim life to proclaim itself through us. The still small voice seeks to proclaim itself through us. Okay. So that's what we have to do, is we have to learn to tune out all of the noise from all of the ages. Because so right here, he's acknowledging, look, there's a lot of noise, but what we want to listen for is that still small voice. Life has given us all we could ever desire. It is up to us to decide and discover for ourselves what the nature of life is and accept it. Okay, now, decide and discover for ourselves. I learned a new word yesterday. Heteronomy. Autonomy, heteronomy, and then there was one other one. Oh, theonomy. Okay? And so I was reading the Borg book. And yeah, I've read the Borg book 3 or 4 times, but reading it out loud makes me pay more attention. And heteronomy is living the agenda of others. Autonomy is living for yourself, and theonomy is centering God in your life. Okay. So obviously Borg's arguing for theonomy. But too many of us do live our lives in heteronomy. And I went, we are living the agendas of others. And that is what he's talking about here. That's why he says your considered judgment, the still small voice, and then decide and discover for ourselves. Because we are too busy living to other people's agendas, and we're not living for ourselves. Okay? Or if you want to go with Borg, we are not centering God in our lives. Okay. We're busy living other people's agendas. And the only agenda God has for you, Spirit has for you, whatever you want to call it, the divine has for you, is to fully express life. Well, you get to use your considered judgment and decide and discover for yourself what that means. And in our deciding what the nature of life is, we may accept the proclamations of the wise of the ages, the announcements of the modern day scientific research, or the dictates of the inner knowingness at the center of our being. Okay? So he's saying, look, you've got the wise from the ages, you've got modern scientific research, but you also have your inner knowing. That still small voice coming from me. You can accept all three or decide which one you want to listen to. He says they all say the same thing. Literally, that's the next line. They all say the same thing. We come to accept these proclamations, one or all, but not the morbid pronouncements that spring from a mind devoid of logic, blind to the nature of life, with thoughts immersed in fear, apprehension, anxiety, guilt, and hate. Let them alone. Let such live in the hell of their own creation. We are going to live, we are going to accept life itself in all its beauty, joy, and goodness. Okay? Let them alone. Let such live in the hell of their own creation. In other words, you don't have to try and change their minds. Okay? One of the things that I love about Science of Mind is we are not a conversion religion. We are not out to convert anybody to our religion. We are not interested in that. Mostly because we're not really a religion. Yeah, no, we're a philosophy. We're a way of life. But we're not interested in converting people. What we are interested in doing is teaching them this really cool technique that works really well for us that they can then take back to their faith tradition. A lot of people come to Science of Mind, get what they need and stay. Not everybody does. Some people come to Science of Mind, get what they need and go back to the faith of their youth, their childhood. And it's totally okay with us. I'm not going to go back to the Catholic faith. I'm not going to go back to the Catholic faith for multiple reasons, but the main one being, they don't let women be ministers. Okay? I have nothing to go back to. So, I appreciate that he says, the only battle you have, okay, it's against your own ignorance. That's it. When you learn to accept, you can accept the wisdom of the ages, you can accept the scientific research, or you can accept the still small voice that with your considered judgment, you get to learn what life, the nature of life is, and how much of it you're going to accept. The only thing life wants from you is to express. That's it. Okay? That's it. And then you get to let other people live in the hell of their own creation. It doesn't mean that you can't love them. It doesn't mean that you can't support them. It doesn't mean that you can't, we like to lead by example. Look, I'm not going to come to you and say, look, clearly you're living in hell. Let me fix that for you. For the main reason of is I can't fix it for you, but I can live my life in such a way that you can come to me and go, what do you know that I don't know? Well, I know that there is a beneficent power of creation that wants me to have everything good that I desire. That's what I know. And that's how I live my life. And, you want to know that too, then let's work on that together. I can't do it for you. So I appreciate that. Your only battle. So what we will do is we will pick up tomorrow with Beyond Appearances. Okay? So I'm now going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a you got this day, a take care of business day. And let's wrap this weekend up day. I don't know. Let's get ready for next week day. A make time for yourself day, a Oh, cuddle your fur babies day, a bundle up day, because, it's 50 degrees out there. The high's going to be in the 60s. A drink plenty of water day, a enjoy the sunshine day, because it's been dreary without any rain for, a week day. A wonder what the cat's up to day. A good day, and if that is too much pressure. Oh, you know what? It's Sunday. Go be with your community day. That's a good one. And then a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are spirit in motion, God in action, a brilliant light, a divine spark, a beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. So, explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. It's all the divine knows. From there, anything is possible. All right, beloveds, I'm going to move on into the process of my day. First thing I'm going to do is go find out what the cat's staring at. But I am going to remind you that Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9:15 tomorrow. But it is Sunday, so if you are watching this on Facebook, you can, and it's after 11, scroll up a video. If you're watching this on YouTube, head over to the Creative Life Spiritual Center page and see what we were talking about that day. Our Sunday services are really good. And I don't know what I was about to say, so